Hi people. Today's video is about people who went missing. And it still remains a mystery where they are and what happened to them. I hope you will like this video. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start.
Number 4. Every year, thousands of families goes in deeper sadness when a loved one suddenly goes missing. In one of the most eerie instances, when Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 vanished from the skies in March 8, 2014. MH370 flight was from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Total 227 passengers and 12 crew members were on boarded. MH370 took off at 12:41 a.m. local time and reached a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet at 1:01 a.m. The last voice communication from the crew occurred at 1:19 a.m., and at 1:21 a.m. the plane's transponder, which communicated with air traffic control, was switched off, just as the plane was about to enter Vietnamese airspace over the South China Sea. Initial searches for the plane concentrated on the South China Sea. After it was determined that Flight 370 had turned to the west shortly after the transponder was switched off, search efforts moved to the Strait of Malacca and the Andaman Sea. After 2 weeks of instant search, Malaysian government announced it was extremely unlikely that anyone on board survived. In 2018, the Malaysian government issued its final report on Flight 370's disappearance as mechanical malfunction, but the investigators could not determine why Flight 370 disappeared.
Number 3. Year 1971, a nondescript man calling himself Dan Cooper approached the counter of Northwest Orient Airlines in Portland, Oregon. He used cash to buy a one-way ticket on flight number 305, bound for Seattle, Washington. Cooper was a quiet man who appeared to be in his mid-40s. Wearing a business suit with a black tie and white shirt. He ordered a drink, bourbon and soda, while the flight was waiting to take off. A short time after 3 p.m., he handed a note to flight attendant indicating that he had a bomb in his briefcase and wanted her to sit with him. The stunned flight attendant did as she was told. Opening an attached case, Cooper showed her a glimpse of a mass of wires and red-colored sticks and demanded that she write down what he told her. Soon, she was walking a new note to the captain of the plane that demanded 4 parachutes and $200,000 in $20 bills. When the flight landed in Seattle, the hijacker exchanged the flight's 36 passengers for the money and parachutes. Cooper kept several crew members, and the plane took off again, ordered to set a course for Mexico City. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, a little after 8 p.m., the hijacker did the incredible. He jumped out of the back of the plane with a parachute and the ransom money. The pilots landed safely, but Cooper had disappeared into the night and his ultimate fate remains a mystery to this day. The FBI immediately opened an extensive investigation that lasted many years. Over 800 suspects were interviewed, but none of them were charged. The closest theory of Cooper's disappearance is Cooper didn't survive his jump from the plane. After all, the parachute he used couldn't be steered, his clothing and footwear were unsuitable for a rough landing, and he had jumped into a wooded area at night, a dangerous proposition for a seasoned pro, which evidence suggests Cooper was not. This theory was given an added boost in 1980 when a young boy found a rotting package full of $20 bills, $5,800 in all, that matched the ransom money serial numbers. Number 2. Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was an American aviator who set many flying records and championed the advancement of women in aviation. She became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and the first person ever to fly solo from Hawaii to the U.S. mainland. During a flight to circumnavigate the globe, Earhart disappeared somewhere over the Pacific in July 1937. Her plane wreckage was never found, and she was officially declared lost at sea. Her disappearance remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. According to the crash and sink theory, Earhart's plane ran out of gas while she searched for Howland Island, and she crashed into the open ocean somewhere in the vicinity of the island.
Number 1. Lauren Spierer. Lauren Spierer was a student of fashion merchandising at University of Indiana. She was 20 years old when she was disappeared on June 3, 2011. On June 3, 2011, She left her apartment after watching the 2011 NBA playoffs and drinking wine with friends and headed to a party around 12:30 a.m. She spent the next 4 hours moving among different parties with different combinations of 4 friends: Jay Rosenbaum, David Rohn, Mike Beth, and Corey Rossman. At 1:46 a.m. she was seen entering Kilroy's sports bar. At 2:27 a.m. Spierer was caught on camera exiting the bar with Rossman. She had left her cell phone and shoes at the bar. At 2:30 a.m. Spierer was captured entering Smallwood Plaza Apartments, 5th floor of the building, where Lauren's apartment was. Spierer left her apartment at 2:48 a.m. and entered an alley that runs between College Avenue and Morton Street. Security cameras on nearby apartments captured Spierer exit the alley at 2:51 a.m. and walking toward an empty lot. Her keys and purse were found along this route through the alley. She was last seen barefoot, wearing black leggings and a white shirt at the intersection of 11th Street and College Avenue, walking south on College Avenue. Then disappear into the thin air. Armchair detectives and media reports through the years have speculated on a wide variety of theories and suspects, ranging from abduction by a motorcycle gang to a drug overdose cover-up and the people she was partying with dumped her body in the Ohio River. Many believe that is what happened because Lauren suffered from a serious heart condition and with drugs and alcohol added it could become a deadly outcome.
If you have made till this far, and if you have liked the video, please do me a favor by clicking on like and subscribe button. Thank you. See you again.